And turning now to Cuba, where regime officials report power has been restored to half of the capital, Havana, after the fourth power outage in days left millions of people in the dark. This comes just one day after Hurricane Oscar hit the eastern part of the island as a Category 1 hurricane. This latest crisis started on Friday when one of the island's major power plants failed. The Cuban regime has blamed the ongoing problem with aging, crumbling infrastructure, the United States, and a shortage of fuel imports. With no electricity, there's also very little water, creating a greater humanitarian crisis. With us now, Amalia Dache, an associate professor at the Graduate School of Education at the University of Pennsylvania, a scholar on the Cuban experience. Professor, thank you for being with us. Can you explain to us why this is happening now?
Well, this is symptomatic of a larger system that the Cuban regime functions within. And this lack of investment into the power grid, into its electrical system, it has a lot to do with the fact that they mismanage their economy. They do not invest in the electrical system the way they should, such as modern societies. And the Cuban regime has just been, again, doing inappropriate things with the finances that they do get from their allies, and they have not been appropriately funding the electrical grids in Cuba.
And Professor, how much of a humanitarian crisis is there on the island? You know, without free press and anything like that, it's very difficult for us to outside get an understanding of how much of a humanitarian crisis is there in the island.
It's a huge humanitarian crisis because it's a humanitarian crisis of the electrical power grids and not having access to electricity and water. But it also impacts the fact that it's very difficult to get food in Cuba and keep the food cold in the refrigerators. Also, there's issues that have to do with the discontent, the social discontent in Cuba. So right now you have the Cuban regime repressing Cubans who are not only calling for a change in their electrical systems and sustainability with electricity, but a change of the actual political system. And so you have their rights being infringed upon because they barely have any rights in Cuba, as we know. You know, Cuba violates the human rights of Cubans, and there's 1,100 political prisoners right now that we know in Cuba. So this is just heightening the social and political discontent, along with the economic, and now with issues that have to do with the electrical crisis.
Do you see, Professor, any, and I use this term light when there is no light in Cuba, but do you see any light at the end of any tunnel for the Cuban people?
Absolutely not. There is no plans by this regime. It's not giving us any ideas of what could be next. And because their economy is such a failure and the system is such a failure, we are just all waiting in the dark. Those of us who have family on the island, the Cuban people are waiting in the dark, literally and metaphorically, as of in the last 65 years, to figure out what's next. Because we do think that this is the trend that this regime is going to go in, which is a complete fall and collapse of the political and economic system.